How's it going, everybody? While we're waiting for parts, waiting on these boots and some other stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the headliner out of this thing because it needs to be done. I'm also gonna pull that center console at the top because it's sticky.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
My wife and kids are out of town and I was kind of bored, so I was like, let's go work on the car in some peace and quiet and air conditioning. So as you can see, we're totally missing the Alcantara piece that was on there. So I ordered some Alcantara from Relikit. It's actual authentic Alcantara. You can get the color match, I'll show you that, but that's the company you can order it from. I got 2 yards, it should be more than enough. Maybe I'll cover something else in Alcantara. So we've got to pull these down. We've got to pull this bulkhead piece down right here, take this center console off, take that piece off, and I think it should come down. I've never done one of these before, so we'll see how it goes, but it should be pretty easy. I'll kind of walk you along as I go. We may need to take the seat belts off, undo this bolt so we can pull this piece back so that we can get this piece down. It looks like there's a little screw right here on each side, and then once I get that down, I'm going to scrape all this foam off and we're going to recover it with new Alcantara and put it all back together. Okay, I'm going to start by taking this off. You can see how nasty that thing is, so I'm going to refinish that too, so I'll show y'all how to do that, but it's super sticky. Alright, so what you want to do here is there's a little notch right here, and you just use a flat blade screwdriver and pop this off, and you see how it kind of hangs in there. And then if you look up in there, there's 3 Allen screws. They look pretty small, maybe like 3mm. So let's pop those out and that panel should come off. So don't just try to pull it, it's held in there with 3 screws. All right, they are in fact 3mm Allen screws, so take those 3 out. There's 3 spacers on the back. They're held in with some adhesive, but I feel like they might fall out on some cars, so be careful of that. Looks like we have 1 harness right here that we're gonna replace or unplug. And then these 2, unplug those. Cancel that order. Do not unplug these. I don't think they come unplugged. I think they're part of the board somehow, or maybe you force them. I'm not really sure. What you want to do is unplug this harness right here. It's wrapped in some tape. I don't know if that is from somebody. I think that's probably someone did that to hold it together, but so it doesn't rattle. But undo that if it's there and then unplug it from right there. Got it out. Here it is. It's pretty sticky and nasty. I mean, it got all over my hands just from messing with it. I'm going to clean it and refinish it. You can also get this in carbon fiber. We sell that on our website, so you can check that out if you want to replace it with a carbon fiber one. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, next we're going to take the visors out. So it's 2 Phillips on that side, and it looks like also a 3mm Allen on this side for both sides, and that should come out. It looks like someone had this out and lost some screws. One's bigger than the other, so I'll have to replace that with the correct screw. And then this bulkhead piece should come down once I get this piece loose here, so we'll see. Okay, we got the little holder out and we got those out. Now I'm going to take this screw out back here. That's going to allow me to remove this whole piece. And also on that side. Okay, I got that screw out. And you don't actually have to take this piece all the way out because the headliner is only right here. But you do have to take, once you move this out of the way, you got to take this screw out. These are both 4mm. The other ones are 3. Alright, I got the top piece off. Took this piece off. You take that 1 screw off and then the whole piece just comes down. Just note that there's these little ball-ended things that are kind of held in with pressure. There's 1 on each side, so if there's a little resistance, you just kind of give it a tug and it's tucked in right there. Just tug that out. So now the headliner is just glued to the metal roof of the car. I think I just pull that down. We'll see how that goes. It's kind of nasty, so if yours looks like this with the foam, don't touch it. As soon as you touch this, it gets everywhere. It sucks. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys what a pain in the ass this is. It's glued to the roof with a foam back, but only on the right and left side. So when I was taking it down, I tore the headliner piece, so I may have to make something to go back up, but it's easy. It's just a pain. It's just glued on there. It's a really bad design. They should have figured out a different way to do this, but it is what it is. So it's like a really thin piece of plastic that has the wrap on it. And as you can see, all the glue, so I'm gonna have to clean all of that off with paint thinner or something so that it can adhere, the new one can adhere to the roof. Okay, I got the headliner out. That's what it looks like. That's the side that attaches to the roof of the car. As you can see, there's like a foam piece on the left and right side, and then this is just really sticky. There's the other side. You look at it from the side, you can see it's just a really thin piece of plastic. And then, yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is go get a piece of thin plastic and just make a new one of these that's not disgusting. And then I'll cover that in the Alcantara, which I'm gonna unwrap right now and I'll show you that. Okay, I got my Alcantara here. Like I said, it's from a company called Relicate, and you can order it from them. It's actual real Alcantara, so it's not fake stuff, because there's a ton of fake suede stuff. You wanna make sure you get the foam backed when you do these headliners. It matches the factory perfectly, the color and everything. So I'm gonna go get a new piece of material to cut, and then I'm gonna unwrap this and glue it to that, and then I'm gonna clean everything and glue it back in the car, and it's good to go. Put it back together. All right, everybody, I'm gonna do the headliner in the 458. I got it out, as you saw before. So I bought if you look at this from the side, you'll see that it's just a thin piece of plastic. So what I did is I went and bought a piece of plastic from Home Depot, and I'm just gonna trace the old one and cut it out, and I'm gonna use that, and then I'm gonna glue the Alcantara to one side, and then on the other side, it's got two little pieces there. It's so that when it's in there, it kind of fits the contour of the roof. So that's why those two pieces are there. So I'm gonna cut two pieces and do that too. The boss is here checking my work. No. I got the headliner panel cut out. I just traced the old one. So I'm gonna cut out the pieces of that foam and glue on there. I'm gonna use that 3M adhesive stuff and glue those on. All right, I got the headliner cut out. I have the pads attached with the back. I cut them exactly as the factory ones were. And now I'm gonna put the Alcantara on. So I've got the Alcantara here. I'm gonna roll it out and cut a piece to fit and then glue it on there. And this is the glue I'm using. This stuff works really well. All right, I got my piece of Alcantara here. So I'm just gonna spray the glue on there, spray the glue on here, and then put it on there. And then cut around it. All right, I'm in the process of cleaning the old crap off. I'm getting nasty, it's everywhere. But I'm getting it slowly but surely. You spray it with this stuff, let it sit for a second, and then I'm scraping it off with a razor and then wiping it off with a microfiber, and then I'll clean it with rubbing alcohol, and then we'll be ready to glue in the new headliner. All right, I got the headliner all cleaned. We're gonna test fit it here in a minute. All right, everybody, we got the headliner in. Check it out. It came out pretty good. You can leave the overlap on there because all the trim covers it up, so it's no big deal. The color matches pretty good. Looks good. We have a new headliner. This is the stuff I used to glue the headliner to the roof. You spray it on both sides, wait a few minutes until it gets real tacky, and then stick it up there. You gotta make sure it's lined up perfect before you stick it up there. Otherwise, you're gonna be pulling it down and doing it over again. Once you stick it on there, it's like stuck permanently. So I'm gonna start buttoning up all this trim, and that should be it. All right, everybody, got it done. There it is, new headliner. It's pretty good, looks pretty good for a DIY. Not too bad.